Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Goranita, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radhe Shyama Sundar, Jaya Srimad Bhagavatam, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Yamuna Devi, Jaya Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bo, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 1, Chapter 3. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared that Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless sound representation of all Vedic knowledge and history. There are selected histories of great devotees who are in direct contact with the personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of Lord Sri Krishna and is there not different from him. Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. It's a literary incarnation. Think about that. Reflect on that. Thereby we can derive the ultimate blessings of the Lord through its careful and patient study. We can derive the ultimate blessings of the Lord through its careful and patient study. Ultimate blessings. As God is all light, all bliss, and all perfection, so also is Srimad Bhagavatam. We can have all the transcendental light of the Supreme Brahman, Sri Krishna, from the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, provided it is received through the medium of the transparent spiritual master, like Srila Prabhupada, and his purports. Lord Chaitanya's private secretary, Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, advised all intending visitors who came to see the Lord at Puri to make a study of the Bhagavatam from the person Bhagavatam. Person Bhagavatam is a self-realized bona fide spiritual master, and through him only can one understand the lessons of Bhagavatam in order to receive the desired result. So, Srila Prabhupada is a bona fide spiritual master, and he left his purports. So we can understand the Bhagavatam through the purports of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. One can derive from the study of Bhagavatam all benefits that are possible to be derived from the personal presence of the Lord. These are powerful statements. It carries with it all the transcendental blessings of Lord Sri Krishna that we can expect from his personal contact. So we think that we have to meet Krishna personally to receive his blessings? No. All the blessings come from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So you should, if you don't have a Srimad Bhagavatam set, buy one immediately, worship it, read from it, study it, live it. Text 41, Tad idam grahayam asa sutam atma vatam varam sarvavadite hasanam saram samudratam. Sri Vyasadeva delivered it to his son, who is the most respected among the self-realized, after extracting the cream of all Vedic literatures and histories of the universe. Purport. Men with a poor fund of knowledge only accept the history of the world from the time of Buddha, or since 600 BC. And prior to this period, all histories mentioned in the scriptures are calculated by them to be only imaginary stories. That is not a fact. All the stories mentioned in the Puranas and the Mahabharata, etc., are actual histories, not only of this planet, but also of millions of other planets within the universe. Sometimes the history of planets beyond this world appear to such men to be unbelievable, but they do not know that different planets are not equal in all respects, and that therefore some of the historical facts derived from other planets do not correspond with the experience of this planet. Considering the different situations of different planets and also time and circumstances, there is nothing wonderful in the stories of the Puranas, nor are they imaginary. We should always remember the maxim that one man's food is another man's poison. We should not, therefore, reject the stories and histories of the Puranas as imaginary. The great rishis like Vyasa had no business putting some imaginary stories in their literatures. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, historical facts selected from the histories of different planets have been depicted. It is therefore accepted by all spiritual authorities as the Mahapuran. The special significance of these histories is that they are all connected with activities of the Lord in a different time and atmosphere. Srila Shukadeva Goswami is the topmost personality of all the self-realized souls, and he accepted this as the subject of studies from his father Vyasadeva. Srila Vyasadeva is the great authority in the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Being so important, he delivered the first message to his great son, Srila Shukadeva Goswami. It is compared to the cream of milk. Vedic literature is like the milk ocean of knowledge. Cream or butter is the most palatable essence of milk, and so also is Srimad Bhagavatam, for it contains all palatable, instructive, and authentic versions of different activities of the Lord and his devotees. There is no gain, however, in accepting the message of Bhagavatam from the unbelievers, atheists, and professional reciters who make a trade of Bhagavatam for the layman. It was delivered to Srila Shukadeva Goswami. He had nothing to do with the Bhagavad business. He did not have to maintain expenses by such trade. Srimad Bhagavatam should therefore be received from the representative of Shukadeva, who must be in the renounced order of life without family encumbrance. Milk is undoubtedly very good and nourishing, but when it is touched by the mouth of a snake, it is no longer nourishing, rather it becomes the source of death. Similarly, those who are not strictly in the Vaishnava discipline should not make a business of this Bhagavatam, and because a cause of spiritual death for so many hearers. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that the purpose of all the Vedas is to know him, Lord Krishna, and Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna himself in the form of recorded knowledge. Therefore, it is the cream of all the Vedas, and it contains all historical facts of all times in relation with Sri Krishna. It is factually the essence of all histories. Hare Krishna. Powerful words. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Shyama Sundar Radhe, Radhe Radhe Shyama Sundar Radhe, Radha Radha, Radha Nityananda. Reading from Srila Prabhupada lectures. So there are philosophers, they are discriminating that this is matter, neti, this is matter, and this is spirit. Now that requires study and that requires knowledge also. Now suppose a man is neither educated, neither he has got sufficient knowledge, philosophical knowledge. Then what happens to him? He will not be able to perform yoga. Sta Kuru Karmani. He is also a bona fide person. He can also perform the work. Because he has no knowledge and because he is uneducated, that doesn't mean that he cannot do that or he cannot work from the spiritual platform. He can also do that. How he can do that is the technique. This technique is also explained herewith. The Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva. That you do not be anxious for the success and failure of the attempt you are making. Success and failure A common example can be cited in this connection. Suppose you are working for your master. You are working in a firm for selling something. The master says that you go and find out some customers for this particular thing. You go out, now you're sincerely work for it. Suppose you get business worth $100,000 or something like that. And suppose one day you don't get any business. Now, the day in which you got some business and the day in which you did not get any business, it doesn't matter. Your connection with the master is there, so you get your salary. When the profit is $100,000s of dollars, you don't expect any profit out of it. When there is no business, there is no loss on your part. Siddhya. Similarly, if you act on behalf of the Supreme Lord, you can do any work you are situated. That doesn't matter. But if you act on behalf of the Supreme Lord, just like Arjuna is being requested indirectly, that Lord Shri Krishna says that this fighting is my plan. So if you work for it, so you have nothing to enjoy or suffer out of the reaction, because you shall work under my instruction. That is if we work on the behalf of the Supreme Lord, that is called yoga sta. So our work is also not stopped. And at the same time, I am situated in the spiritual platform. That technique is taught by Lord Krishna. Yoga sta kuru karmani tvaktva sangam dhananjaya. You do not be attached with the profit and loss of anything, but you simply do your duty. You don't care for success or failure. And if you are, I say steady in either success or failure. That is called yoga. That is called yoga. Don't mind for the success or failure. Do act on behalf of the Supreme Lord. And if you are steady in that position, then you are working in the spiritual then you are working in the spiritual platform and successful. Sangam Tratva means don't be associated with the result of the work. Let the results come, whatever it may be, but you have to do your duty nicely. For the sake of God, Sangyam Tvatva Kartritva Abhinayevesham Cha Tvatva Yogastas Tam Karmani Kuru Yudati Kartritva. Kartritva means that you are the doer. Forget this, you are not the doer, you are being ordered to do it. Just like there is an example that you take a rod and kill a snake. Now the rod is practically killing the snake, but actually the rod is not responsible, because the man who has taken the rod, who is killing the snake, he is responsible for killing the snake, not the rod. So we have to become the rod in the hand of the Supreme. Then all the reaction of our work will be, I will not be responsible for the reaction. The Lord will be responsible for that. That is the system. Yoga sta kudu karmani sangam tvatva dhananjaya. Now for a householder, according to our Vedic system, I have already described to you the 4 divisions of social system and the 4 divisions of spiritual orders. Now all the social systems and orders, they are so designed that everyone is working for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. In a higher section of the social order, just like the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas, the system is that in every household they establish a deity, to the form of the Supreme Lord, either in a picture or an idol. They establish that. Now what is the function in your household affairs? You have got wife, you have got children, you require some money, and the activities in a household are affairs that you have to get some store from the market. And they are brought in your house and they are stocked. And in due time they are cooked and you take your foodstuff and then go to your work. This is generally the whole system of household work. Now here, the Yoga Sta Kuru Karmani. In India, there are many families still. At least in my family, when I was a family man, I was also doing this. The deity, Lord Krishna, the Murti. Murti means deity, or the idol of Radha Krishna, established in a room. That is called God, the God's room. The God's room. So our duty is to rise early in the morning and open the door of the God's room, offer him some prayers and some kirtan, and then cleanse the room and then begin our daily duty, take our breakfast. And the whole idea is that the proprietor of this house is the Supreme Lord and we are all workers. The whole idea is the proprietor is the Supreme Lord and we are all workers. Now I'm going to my office, to my work, to earn some money, because without money my whole household affairs cannot be run. So I'm thinking that money is required, otherwise God's service will be stopped. So in earning that money in my office or my workshop, my consciousness is there. Therefore, even in earning, whatever may be the process, you are yoga sta, you are situated in yoga. Now you get your money, then you go to the market, you are thinking, oh, this is a very nice thing. Oh, it can be offered to the Lord Krishna, it can be offered to the Lord Krishna. Just like sometimes you bring some fruits for me, thinking out of your love, oh, Swamiji will take this and he will take it. So the consciousness is love. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jai Balaramji. Jai Balaramji. Today is Lord Balaram's appearance day. Lord Balaramji ki jai. Hare Krishna. Jai Baladev.